Statements as part of your evidence before the commission?
Yes.
Chairperson, I apply to tender both witness statements of Maritou Kandeh, dated 2nd January 2024 and 21st February 2024.
The witness statement of Maritou Kandeh, dated the 2nd of January 2024, and the statement dated the 21st of February 2024 are both admitted together in evidence and marked as LGC/MF, LGC/MK/JAC/001.
As a commission, please, I'm grateful. Now, Madam Kandeh, you said that you started work with Janjangbureh Area Council as you started as a volunteer secretary?
Yeah, I started as a secretary.
And how does one become a volunteer secretary?
Come again?
How does one become a volunteer secretary? What is the process?
This happens as a result of the CEO, the then CEO writing to the school I was attending at Gamspat, where I was doing my computer certificates. He wrote to the school that he need an assistant secretary who will be assisting the secretary, because the secretary is supposed to go on course.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you were doing, what studies were you doing?
At that time, I was doing my IT.
IT?
Yes.
So did he ask specifically for you?
Yes, and at that time I already completed my course, and then I was there helping my teacher on the classes.
So what I'm asking is, when the CEO wrote to this institution, did he ask specifically for you?
Not specifically for me.
Okay.
Yeah, he wrote to the school by the head, telling him that he need a secretary. I was identified by my teacher.
Okay. Is this usual that they write to that particular school?
Yeah, sometimes if they need rights, they sometimes write to the school.
And were you given any letter?
I was given?
Were you given any letter by the council to say that you're being accepted as a volunteer?
Yeah, when I went with the teacher to the council, I went with my certificate and then other documents, school living documents. So I dropped it and went home. They called me for an interview. I went and I was interviewed by the local government service commission then, who were there at the council.
Okay, and what happened after the interview?
Come again?
What happened after that interview?
After the interview, then I went home, and after, on a later date, I was called to come and grab my permanent, temporal appointment.
Your what appointment?
Temporal appointment.
Okay, so they gave you a temporary letter.
Yeah.
Do you have it?
No.
Do you have it at home?
No, I just have the other appointment, like the procurement clerk.
Okay, so can you note it down to provide us with a copy of all the appointment letters that you received? Thank you. So you were a volunteer for 3 years, right? Before you were appointed?
Yeah, I was there for 3 years. Then I was moved to procurement.
Okay. So during that 3-year period, were you paid anything?
When I was there on temporal?
Yeah.
There was no salary attached. And then there was no payment. It was just all the allowances.
So what were the allowances?
I think if I can recall, it was $750.
For what was the allowance called?
For assisting the job of a secretary.
How was this payment made?
It was made during the end of the month,
It was made what?
every month.
Was it in cash?
Yes, it was in cash.
Okay, and how was it paid? How did you receive it? Who did you receive it from?
The finance director.
Did you sign anything for those?
Yes,
Okay. You also said that you were made staff of the council in 2014, and this was as senior procurement officer?
senior procurement clerk.
Senior procurement clerk.
Yes,
So how many people were in the procurement unit at that time?
I was alone there.
You were the only one?
Yes,
Okay, and you were made senior procurement clerk. And that was grade 6.
yes, after completing my first level.
So whilst you were volunteering, you were also studying?
Yes, when I wanted to move to when the CEO wanted to move me to procurement, I went for attachment at GPPA.
Okay, wait. So you were appointed as senior procurement clerk in 2014, right?
Yes,
From is it 2011?
yes, 2011.
From 2011 you were secretary or volunteer secretary to
Yes.
2014.
Yes.
Now during that period, 2011 to 2014, were you studying?
I went to GPPA in 2012.
Okay, so you went to GPPA in 2012 for 6
Yes.
months, you said.
Yes,
And during that period, were you still being paid an allowance?
yes,
And was it sponsored by the council?
the studies.
Yeah.
Yes,
Did they provide you with any document, like a letter of sponsorship?
no, at the time, no.
Did you apply for this sponsorship?
Yeah, no, I did not apply.
You didn't apply.
No.
Did they pay directly to the institution?
Yes, they paid directly to the institution.
By check?
By check, yes.
Okay. Do you know how much?
The first one, I think it was 10,500.
And whilst you were volunteering, how many days a week did you work?
Come again?
Whilst you were volunteering, whilst you were assistant secretary, how many days in the week did you work?
I work 5 days in a week.
5 days. And you said you were there to assist the secretary.
Yes,
Okay, so was it 2 of you in that office for the period?
I said the secretary was on course.
Was what?
She was doing a course.
So she wasn't at work?
No, she was not full-time at work.
So how many days a week did she work?
Sometimes the whole week she will not be there. Sometimes she will be there for 1 or 2 days.
And there were only the 2 of you?
Huh?
Were there only the 2 of you there at that time?
Yes, we were 2 there.
And was this for the CEO or the
Yes,
chairman?
the secretary to the CEO.
Okay. And so what was the qualification that you received after that 2012 stint at GPPA?
I got a certificate.
Is that what the qualification is called?
It was level 1.
Okay. So level 1 certificate.
Yes.
How many levels are there?
Come again?
How many levels are there?
Currently, I was doing my level 3, that is advanced diploma.
That's what you're doing now?
Yes.
Okay. So when was the next course? When did you start the next course?
2016.
Okay. Was that level 2?
Yes, that was level 2.
And was that also sponsored by the council?
Yes.
And did they give you any letter?
No.
Did you apply for that one?
No.
What about this current one?
Come again?
The current one that you're studying, is it council sponsored?
No.
This one is self-sponsored.
Yes.
So the 2016 one, did the council pay directly to the institution as well?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you know how much?
It was 16,000 some hundreds.
So when you returned in 2016, is it 2016 you returned, right?
Come again?
You returned back to the council in 2016,
In 2017.
2017.
Yes.
So you said when you returned, you went back as senior procurement
Clerk.
clerk. Was that not the position that you were at before you left?
Yes.
Okay. So at that time, was there anybody else in the unit?
No.
So it was still only you?
Yeah, it was only me.
And you didn't get a is it a raise? Were you promoted?
Come again?
Were you promoted after that level 2 diploma?
No, ma. Since that promotion from 2014 to date. No.
So you're still senior procurement clerk?
Yes, ma'am.
And there's still nobody else in the unit?
Come again?
Is there still nobody else in the unit with you?
In 2011, 2021, I got an assistant.
So there's now 2 of you.
Yeah.
Do you know what grade your assistant is at?
No, ma.
Okay. You said when you returned to the council in 2017, I'm guessing, there was no contracts committee.
Yes, ma.
When did the contracts committee get constituted? Do you remember?
Yes, ma. It was in 2021.
And were you co-opted onto the committee?
Come again?
Were you on the committee?
Where? Yeah.
You're on the committee?
Yes.
How did they appoint you?
How?
How did the council appoint you to be on the committee?
At the contracts committee.
Yes.
Okay. This was a decision from the general council
Okay.
to create these committees, like around end of 2021. When they created these committees, they forgot about procurement, and then I called their attention to tell them that we should also have a contracts committee that is purely for contracts. And they said they had a contracts committee, but then it is not for procurement, because I think they were telling me that looking at the Local Government Act, there is nothing like procurement committee. And I said it's supposed to be contracts committee, not procurement committee.
Okay.
So that's the time they created that committee. But during the time they were creating those committees, I was not present at that meeting.
You were not present at the meeting?
Yes, it was.
But did they give you a letter later to say that you're on
They
this
gave
committee?
me the list of contracts, a list of committees. They showed me the list of committees. After I complained about the contract committee, they gave me a list of committees.
They gave you, when you complained is when they gave you a list?
Yes.
Did the list contain the members of the committees?
Yes.
Okay, so and that's where you saw your name?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know who else is on the contracts committee?
You mean, did I know who else was in the contracts committee?
Yes, who are the members?
Okay, it was the CEO,
Who was that at the time?
Pasit Sise,
Okay.
the finance director.
Which one?
There were 2.
Okay.
First, it was Alaji Mane. When he resigned, it was Lamid Jassi.
Okay.
And then the vice chairman, Haruna Bari.
Okay.
And the planning director, Usman Keta.
Okay.
The other one is Galle Kandeh. It's a councillor. He was a councillor.
Khalil Kandeh.
Galle Kandeh.
Could you spell that, please?
Galleh.
Galleh.
Yeah.
Kandeh.
Yes, Kandeh.
Okay.
The other one is Omar Balde. He was also a councillor.
Momar.
Omar.
Balde. And do they pay sitting allowances?
Yes, ma.
Do you know how much?
2,000.
Each.
Yes.
Okay, so you're part of this committee, right?
Yes.
Okay. And how often does the committee sit?
This committee was created in late 2021,
Yeah.
going to 2022. I can say we became functional in 2022 more than 2021, and then we were sitting based on when we have the request for quotation. When we want to do request for quotations, mostly we sit. Like, we don't usually sit when the procurement is within the threshold for single source.
When the procurement is within the threshold for what?
When the threshold for the procurement is within the it is within single source procurement.
Oh, okay.
We don't normally sit over that.
So you decide on all the single source procurements?
Yeah, single source, we take it as a request.
You take it as a?
Like, if someone needs something, he will request, and then the request will go to the CEO. When the CEO approves, we will carry on with the procurement.
Right. So you said also in your statement that in 2015, Janjangbureh Area Council ushered a new CEO in the person of Yusuf Mane.
Yes.
In his early days in office, Mr. Mane ordered my laptop to be surrendered to the finance office and told me to use a choir book for record keeping. What was that about?
Okay, when I came to council,
Yeah.
when I was given the responsibility as the procurement clerk, the CEO gave me a laptop, and I was given an office, and I was also given a printer.
Okay.
So when Yusuf Mane came, he said the finance is using only one computer, like there was only one computer in the council, so I should surrender that laptop to the finance department with the chairman.
So is it
So
that
after taking that laptop from me and those materials, I was given a square book to record procurement.
So I was going to ask, is it that during the period before the contracts committee was set up, you did not conduct procurements?
They conduct procurement, but then I did not involve in those procurements.
So even as at the time that Yusuf Mane was taking your laptop, you weren't conducting procurements?
Before he took my laptop, I was conducting procurement, and then I was sending reports to GPPA.
So that would have been in 2015?
The square book, I started using the square book in 2015.
Yes. So, but you said in your statement that it was when Yusuf Mane, in 2015, when Yusuf Mane came, that he ordered your laptop to be surrendered.
Yes.
Okay, so during what period were you conducting procurements?
I conducted procurements in 2014, 2013, 2012. I was filling forms and then sending necessary GPPA forms.
Sorry, but so you were conducting procurements even before you were made a procurement clerk?
Yeah, I was filling GPPA forms before
Before you were made a procurement clerk?
Yes, before the senior procurement clerk.
Why is that?
When I was deployed at that department, before they gave me the appointment letter, I was deployed in that department in 2012 at the procurement department.
As what?
As a procurement clerk.
You were not staff of the council, were you, at that time? In 2012?
Yeah, I was not.
Okay, so how were you deployed as a procurement clerk?
It came after going to GPPA for my training.
Yeah, so I understand that, but is there a letter redeploying you in 2012?
No.
Were you being paid as a procurement clerk in 2012?
Yes.
Okay, so there's no letter appointing you, and you're being paid as a procurement clerk for 2012 to 2014?
Yes.
Whose decision was this?
It was the decision of the CEO,
And who was the CEO there?
Baba Dindin Jobate.
Baba what, sir?
Baba Dindin Jobate.
Baba Dinding. Do you know whether the council, the general council, was aware of this?
No, I don't know.
So what grade were you being paid at as procurement clerk?
I was paid grade 3.
And what types of procurements were you conducting during that period?
Come again?
What types of procurements were you conducting during that period?
Procurement of single sourcing. I will fill the forms and then attach the necessary documents there.
What was your threshold?
Who was?
What was your threshold?
It was for only single source.
How much was your threshold?
Less than 10,000.
And how did you decide which contractors you would single source from?
Come again?
How would you decide which contracting entities you would source whatever it is you're sourcing from?
Sorry, ma, I don't understand.
So you did single sourcing, right?
Yes.
How did you decide who you were going to use?
How did I decide
Yes.
that I am going to use single source?
No, how did you decide who you're going to use? How did you know? Did you conduct any market surveys?
Yes, and doing that, we conduct market surveys and then do procurement of single source.
So
Because at that time, I cannot remember even seeing a procurement of request for quotation.
So you went out into the field and found out prices? How did you know? So if you wanted to buy, say, A4 paper, and you're doing single sourcing, you're only buying 2 packets, how do you decide which entity you're going to use?
I will just go to the shop and buy 2 packets and then, because
do
in the single
you
source.
do you make a requisition?
Come
Do
again?
you fill a requisition form?
Yes.
Okay. And you would, who would sign that form?
Who signs?
Yes.
The finance director will sign and the CEO also will sign.
Okay. And do you find out the cost of what you're going to get first, or do you do the form first?
We find out the cost, then we record.
So you go to the shop, find out how much it is, and then come back. Get an invoice or something and come back. And then do your requisition form?
No, we will buy it first, then when we come back, we fill the forms.
Okay, so you purchase before you do the requisition form?
Yes, at that time.
Okay. And how do you purchase?
How do?
How do you pay for the item that you're buying?
I was not doing payments. I was just,
Well, you said you went to the shop.
I will go with cash,
Yes.
then buy what I want to buy. When I come back, I will fill the requisition form
Yeah, so that's what I'm asking, right? You go with cash. Where do you get this cash from?
from the finance director.
Okay. Is it that there's always cash available at the
No.
council?
No.
So how does he know that you're going to need whatever amount of cash it is that you need on any given day so that he has it available?
This request is coming from them. They will alert me that they need this and they have cash. Let me go and buy it and fill the forms. And then it was not that much because sometimes we will go a month without filling, by even doing procurement in 2012 to 2014.
So what happened, what changed from 2021? Because 2021 you returned back, right?
Yes, 2021 we went back to our office and then we were provided offices and then working materials.
So what was the procurement process like at that time?
Okay, at that time we will make market surveys, market researches,
Okay.
and then we will do the procurement and fill first the requisition form, then we will go to buy.
So this time you would do the requisition forms first?
Yes.
Okay. And how did you pay for whatever services or goods that you purchased?
I don't understand.
How did you pay for whatever services or goods that you purchased? After you fill the requisition form, and if it's quotes you're getting, after you get the quotes, how are payments made?
Payments were made after the materials been brought. We will then write a check. If it is more than 5,000, then we will write a check and pay the.
So all payments for all the procurements that you did were made by check, if they were above 5,000?
Yes.
Okay. Now, there were a few major procurements that were conducted by the council. I don't know, I'm going to list a few and you can tell us what you know about them. So the procurement with Adams Electricals,
Yes.
what do you know about that?
Okay. Adams Electrical came as a result of a council decision,
Okay.
and then I was not also part of that meeting. But then after the meeting, I was given the how to call it, the minutes of meetings
Okay.
by the finance director. He gave
Okay.
me the minutes of meetings.
So who was the finance director at that time?
Alajumane.
Okay.
He gave me the minute of meetings. Then we started the procurement.
Okay, so can you tell us what the procurement was about? What was it for?
It was for drilling of boreholes.
Do you know how many?
Yeah, Adam drilled about 3.
And do you know, so was it funded by the council?
No, I don't know.
Okay. So what was the process of that procurement? The council decided that they were going to use Adams Electricals, and then they gave you the minutes. So what did you do with the minutes?
When they gave me the minutes, the council decided that they want to drill boreholes. And then the finance director told me that they went to the ministry, and then ministry told them that they should bring quotations.
Okay.
They were 3 in number. Adam also was there, but they told me that they are selecting Adam.
So before you even got the quotations, they had told you they were selecting Adam?
Yes.
Was that contained in the minutes? Was the name of that business contained in the meeting minutes for the 3 boreholes?
No, I don't think.
Okay. So was it you who got the quotations?
No.
Who got the quotations?
It was them who brought the quotations to me.
When you say them, who do you mean?
It was the CEO and the finance director.
So that's Pasay Cisse?
Yes.
Are you aware that Adams Electricals was, before that, are you aware that Pasay Cisse was at Mansakonko Area Council before?
Come again?
Are you aware that Pasay Cisse was at Mansakonko Area Council before?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know that he'd done work with Adams Electricals at Mansakonko Area Council before he came to Janjangbureh? Is this something that came up at all?
No.
Okay, so he brought the 3 quotations. It was Adams Electricals, and do you remember which other enterprises?
Adams Electrical?
Do you remember who else were the other 2?
No, I cannot remember.
So when he brought them, what did you do?
When he bought?
When he brought the 3 quotations to you, what did you do?
When he brought that 3 quotations to me, and they said they are going to select Adam as the responsive bidder.
I'm assuming his quotation was lower?
Yes.
Okay.
That was the time we have a contract with him. I prepared the contract document.
Did you do any form, any requisition form, any request for quotations forms?
Yes.
You
The forms
did?
were all attached.
Did you seek GPPA approval?
No.
Why is that?
We were doing procurement of requests for quotation.
So the amount, do you remember what the amount of the contract was for?
I can remember it was around 400 and something thousand.
For all or for one?
No, for one.
So 400 something thousand for each borehole.
For one of the boreholes, I think, yeah.
But you said there were 3 boreholes.
Yes, there were 3.
Okay, so together, were those 3 boreholes under the same contract and the same quotation?
No.
So you broke it down into 3 different ones?
Yes, it was 3 different plans, and then it was 3 different. Months. It was different months rather.
3 different months. So
Yes, because like 2022, 2021,
okay.
he drilled about 2, I think, and then the other one was drilled in 2022.
So was it the same process for each one of those boreholes? Did they come and bring the quotations, or did you just, after you did the first one, you did single sourcing?
No, it was the same process.
So the request for quotation, all right? The threshold. So what, before that, actually, let me ask, what would be the heading that procurement would be under? Would it be goods, or would it be services or works?
What is the?
Would that be goods, services, or works?
That procurement.
Yes.
It could be works.
It would be works?
Yes.
Okay. So you basically had 3 from the same person under 500,000 so that it would meet the threshold.
Under?
Each procurement, so each of those boreholes was divided, that contract was made 3 different boreholes, each under 500,000 so that it would not reach the threshold, right?
That maybe, but then they told me that there was no finance, they were not financially strong, and if they want to give this big contract to one person at the same time, we will not be able to pay salaries.
But then is that not why you plan your procurement in advance, so that you can put it in your budget?
Yes, that was the why. But looking at the procurement plan, I think one was for first quarter, and then the other one was for second and third quarter.
So do you know the exact amount that was paid to Adams Electricals?
No, I cannot remember.
You can't remember. Now, what about Fatima Trading? Fatu K. Sabali trading as Fatima Trading.
Fatima Trading, this contract was given to her after a market research was done by me.
Okay, where did you conduct this market research?
When I did the market research, and
Yeah, where?
I took those 3 quotations to the CEO and the finance director.
So how did you get those quotations?
I came to Combo for a market research.
So is it that there are no suppliers of whatever that procurement was for in the regions?
No,
Okay. So what was that procurement for?
it was for office equipments,
It was for office equipment. So what type of equipment?
executive chairs and tables,
Okay.
and then cupboards.
Which year was this?
This was 2021.
Sorry?
2021.
2021. Okay. So you got 3 quotations from Fatima Trading and who?
The other one I think is Ayub Furnitures, and then the other one was
It was what, sorry?
Ayub Furnitures,
Ayub Furnitures, okay.
and then is it Ture Kunda, something like that, or Dawalgao, I think. I cannot fully remember because we bought other furnitures from Dawalgao.
From where?
Dawalgao
Where is that?
is at Talinding.
Okay, so what made you choose Fatima Trading?
Come again?
What made you choose Fatima Trading?
Fatima, I was not the one who chose Fatima. I sent those invoices to the CEO and the finance director. So they choose it and send it back to me that we are going to take Fatima for the
Did
project.
you sit as a contracts committee?
At that time, there was no contracts committee.
Okay, so you just sent it to them and they made a decision. Did you make any recommendations when you sent it? When you
No.
sent them?
No,
Okay. So when you're sending them these quotations, do you have a letter or a report or anything that you attach to the quotations to?
no.
So how does the council keep a record of those things? How do they know that a particular procurement was required, that you went to do market research and got quotations, and that you have sent them to the CEO or the Director of Finance? How does the council keep a record of, the entire process?
It's only through the vouchers.
Through the vouchers?
Yes.
Right. So you're saying that Fatima Trading contract was in 2 lots. Was there a contract document signed?
Was there?
Was there a contract signed between the council and Fatima Trading?
No.
No. You said Adams Electricals, there was a contract.
Yes, there was a contract.
Are you able to provide us with a copy of that contract?
What?
Are you able to provide us with a copy of that contract?
The contract agreement is attached on the.
Pardon?
It's attached at the contracts file.
There's a contracts file?
Yes, there is a contracts file.
Okay. Under whose custody is it?
At the council.
Okay. Are you able to get us that file?
Are you?
Are you able to get us that file?
Maybe because I'm not working down now.
All right. But can you note it down so that you can contact whoever's at the council? Since those were documents under your custody at that time.
Okay.
Thank you. Now you said Fatima Trading was 2 lots. All right. The first lot was over $400,000, and the second lot was over $300,000. Right?
Yes, yes.
Do you know how these payments were made?
They were made through checks.
And do you remember whether there were any other contracts with Fatima Trading around that period, other than these 2 that you have stated?
No, ma.
So, out of curiosity, were you asked or were you directed to go and check at Fatima Trading at all by anybody?
When I was at on market research,
Yes.
I was researching for these sofas and executive chairs.
Mm-hmm.
And I called the CEO to tell him that I am researching, but then it is difficult here. They're giving me high prices. And he said, check on this guy, Fatima. That was the time I went to Fatima.
Okay. I'm asking as well because it's one of the businesses that he dealt with in Mansakonko. So, okay, so I've asked you about whether there were any other contracts, right? Because, so the Janjangbureh Area Council bank statement for GT Bank has a payment of $283,500 made on the 9th of March 2021 to Fatuke Sabali, Fatima Trading, right? Right. So do you know what that $283,500 payment was for?
No, ma.
There's a second payment dated 26th of March 2021 to Fatuke Sabali, again Fatima Trading, and that's for $407,500.
Yeah, that was the first, I think that was the first lot.
That was the first lot.
Yes.
Okay. There's another payment on the 9th of April 2021 to Fatuke Sabali for $496,600. Do you know what that one was for?
I think that was the second payment.
So you said the second payment was over 300,000 and the first payment was over 400,000.
You know, actually I cannot remember the amounts, but then I can remember it was in 2 slots.
So at the time you were giving your statement, did you not say that you could verify before you gave those amounts?
Yes, that is what I should say.
But you've told us about 2 contracts, and here now we've seen an extra 283,500, which is within the same period. And I mean, you should be aware of that since you were conducting the procurement. What can you tell us about that?
Anyway, I don't know what that payment was.
But there was no contract for that payment that you're aware of?
Maybe, but I was not aware.
What can you tell us about a contract or any procurement involving Sheikh Boyo Sambo?
Yes, he was among those he was among those quotations brought to us by the CEO and the finance director.
When you say the CEO and the finance director, which ones do you mean? Paset Sise?
Yes.
And who?
Alaji Mane.
What do you know what that one was for, or what those ones were for?
It was also for the drilling of boreholes.
Do you remember how much?
It was 2 boreholes.
Okay, so do you remember how much?
No, I cannot remember the amounts.
Is Sheikh Boyo Sambo Electricals or SB Electricals, or is it the same?
SB Electricals.
So which one is Sambo's Electricals?
No, I don't know Sambo Electricals. We were dealing with SB Electricals.
Okay. So was there a contract for SB Electricals?
Yes, ma'am.
For 2 boreholes?
Yes.
Okay. What was the work that the council was doing with Swami?
Swami Indian?
Yes.
Well, I don't know anything about that.
You don't know anything about it?
No, ma'am.
Was the council building anything? Do you know?
No.
All right. Does the council have a staff called Dembo Gikine?
Yes.
Okay. Who's that?
Dembo Jikine is a council staff. He is the messenger. But he is also a local fuel dealer.
He's a messenger and a local fuel dealer.
Yes.
So how did the council decide to use him to purchase fuel? What was the process for giving him contracts for fuel?
Dembo Jikine was the only fuel dealer in Janjangbureh. And as you know, there was no fuel station in Janjangbureh. We had a fuel station in Bansang and Birkamaba.
What grade is a council messenger at?
What grade?
Yes.
I cannot tell.
But it's below your, what's your procurement clerk?
Yes, grade 6.
No, that's you, that's senior procurement
Yes.
clerk. So your procurement assistant would be less than grade 6. The secretary would be about grade 3, right?
Yes.
Okay. The messenger is below the secretary?
Yes, the messenger is below the secretary.
Okay. Can you say what a grade 3 salary would be like?
The messenger, I think he will be around grade 4.
4,000. So $4,000 is, but he has a fuel station?
He does not have a fuel station.
He supplies fuel.
He supplies fuel.
Okay, so how does he supply this fuel?
He's a local fuel dealer.
How does he supply the fuel? How does he get the fuel? How does he supply it?
I think he will go to the fuel stations and buy these fuels and come with it.
So is this not something that the council could have done?
Yes.
Okay, so why did the council not do this?
Maybe it will be clarified by the manager, the senior staff, because I was told that it will be more easier when we abide at Dembo Jikine's fuel, the petrol fuel deal, than when we want to travel to Bansang or Birkamaba.
But Dembo Gikine is going to buy fuel from Bansang or Birkamaba and bring it to the... Does he bring it to the council?
No.
So how does the council get it?
they go to Dembo's compound and
They go
buy.
to his house. Where is his house?
Come again?
Where is his compound?
It's in Janjangbureh.
So I'm just going to go through a few payment vouchers that you have for. Were you you were at the council in 2022, right?
Yes.
Okay. So there's one payment voucher that is dated the 26th of April 2022, and it is payment of fuel supplied to JAC whilst on official duties as per the attached receipts, and it's for $71,985. Right? Let me just show you these so that you can look at them, and then we can apply to tender them. Is that a payment voucher from Janjangbureh Area Council?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And is it dated?
Yes, the date is 26 April 2022.
Do you know who prepared that payment voucher? Can you tell?
Huh?
Can you tell who prepared the payment voucher?
D?
Can you tell who prepared it? Do you know who would have prepared it?
I think it's Lamin Balde.
Lamin Balde? Okay.
Yes. It's either Lamin Balde or Idrissa. It is.
But those are the council's
Yes.
documents.
Yes.
Chairperson, I apply to tender the payment voucher that has been identified by the witness.
The payment voucher addressed to Dembo Jikine and dated the dated the 26th of April 2022 with the accompanying receipt dated the 26th of April 2022 and attached to the receipt are fuel coupons bearing the supplier, who is Dembo Jikine, which are all admitted in the bundle and marked as LGC/Afternoon MK/JAC/002.
Council Commission, please, I'm grateful. Registrar, may I please have those documents? So, Madam Kandeh, is there an amount of fuel that is given to the senior staff per week or per month?
It depends on when they are traveling.
So there's no fuel allocation for them, like a fixed amount of allocation for them?
Yes, sometimes they will give weekly fuels.
They will give what?
They will take weekly fuels.
Okay, so how much is the weekly fuel for the CEO?
No, I don't know.
So you're not involved in any procurement of fuel?
I sometimes involved in procurement of fuel when it comes to the tractor.
Sorry, I can't hear. If you could
I
just
said
please
I
speak into
involved in the procurement of fuels when it comes to the tractor.
when it comes to the tractor?
Yes,
That's it.
yes.
Okay.
And then these fuels were procured on a daily basis. Like every day, they will be taking fuel from Dembo. When the month ends, they will calculate. The Dembo will be recording, and then our office also will be recording.
So Dembo provides you with one bulk receipt, not individual receipts for daily purchases.
Yes, because it was one payment.
How do you verify that fuel was actually taken?
When CEO takes fuel or finance director, Dembo will record, and then he will alert me. Or
Yes,
the
but
CEO
how do
will
you know that fuel was actually bought?
What?
How do you know that they actually went to get fuel?
No, I will not know.
It's not something that anybody would know except the CEO or the
Yes,
Dembo.
yes, ma'am.
And considering that Dembo is the messenger at the council, would that not make it easy to claim for fuel that wasn't taken?
Yes, ma'am. It will be easy.
So, do you know Suleiman Fati? Or do you know of a Suleiman Fati?
Suleiman Fati is a supplier.
Of what?
He supplied one flat screen at the council.
So he's the one that supplied the $120,000 flat screen.
Yes, ma'am.
And he was identified by the CEO.
Yes, ma'am.
So there's a fuel coupon, or the Janjangbureh Area Council fuel coupon for fuel for Suleiman Fati, computer technician, on return to Soma after consultation in Janjangbureh, 20 liters. Signed by Pastor Sise and Alaji Mane. It's dated the 15th of April 2022. Now, do you usually pay your fuel, your suppliers' fuel?
No, ma'am.
Did you ever see these coupons?
Yes?
Do you do any approval of them?
No.
Is there an internal auditor?
There is no internal auditor.
There is? There was
No
no internal
internal.
auditor. So there's also 19th of April 2022, fuel for JAC2 on council's errands, 40 liters at $68 is $2,720. Who is JAC2? Who has JAC2?
The CEO.
The CEO. So is JAC1 the chairman?
Yes, JSC1 is for the chairman.
Does the finance director have an official vehicle?
No, he was using his own vehicle.
So the council would also fuel his vehicle.
Yes.
Does Alugay have a vehicle?
Yeah, he was using the vehicle of physical planning.
Okay, so you have on the 20th of April 2022 fuel for Alugay on council's errands.
Alige was given 30 liters every week.
Every week.
Yes.
And he's not council staff.
They said he was doing errands for council.
What work does Alugay do for the council?
I don't know, ma'am.
So you have, again, 21st of April 2022, fuel for Demba Sise, Director of SIS on state duties, 15 liters at $1,020. Do you just give fuel to people as a council?
No.
So there's no SIS officer working for the council, is there?
Yes, there is no SIS officer.
Fuel for Lamin Balde on trip to Banjul for official duties, $3,000.
Okay, Lamin Balde has a vehicle, his own vehicle,
Okay.
and then sometimes when the CEO or the finance director's vehicle has issues, they will use his vehicle.
They will use his vehicle.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. But this one is fuel for Lamin Balde for trip to Banjul on official duties. This is 22nd of April, 2022, and that's $3,000. Does he usually have council issues to run or official duties to run in Banjul?
Sometimes when we are coming for workshops,
Okay.
he will bring us, and then the council will give him fuel.
25th of April 2022, fuel for the Director of Finance on trip to Banjul for official duties, $6,800. That's 100 liters.
Yes.
How? What does he need? That's more than his vehicle can carry.
Ma, I cannot tell them.
No, I'm telling you, that's more than his vehicle can take.
Okay.
So, how do you know he's getting this fuel? And how he got it?
I will not know, ma.
Who's Alassane Mbalo?
It's the driver to the CEO.
He's the CEO's driver.
Yes.
On the 25th of April 2022, he was given 20 liters to drop off the vice at Sinchugundo.
Yes, that's Haruna Bari.
And then on the next day, 26th of April, he was given another 20 liters on a banking trip to Basse.
Okay.
26th of April 2022 again, fuel for the director of PPP on official meeting at JAC, 100 liters.
Director of?
PPP.
Is that not the planning officer, Mr. Gay?
No, PPP would be public-private
Sorry?
public-private partnership, I think.
Oh,
Because it says fuel for director of PPP on official meeting at JAC. Do you know anything about that?
No, ma.
Council, I have seen him sign, Mr. Gay sign against PPP. That is why I referred.
Pardon?
PPP.
Let me just...
Can I have a look, please? So which of the officers is designated as PPP?
I don't know. There is no office in the council that is designated as PPP. We have physical planning, that's PP/0, that is physical planning officer. But PPP, I don't know.
Chair, were you done? Oh, did somebody want to ask me a question?
Yes, thank you, lead counsel. Madam,
Yes.
I'm still curious to know, in your earlier testimony, you said there are no contracts committee.
Yes.
You still go by that?
There were no contracts committee. The contracts committee was officially appointed. Members were appointed in 2021.
2021?
Yes.
Because in reading through your testimony, let me take your second page. You said regarding such contracts and purchases for council was made as a result of the decision of the contracts committee. So I was wondering whether the contracts committee was in existence but not functional,
Okay.
Or is it that when you talk about the contracts committee, it's yourself, the CEO, and the director of finance are the contracts committee?
No, sir. The contracts committee was, I've said it here, I said the contracts committee were created by the council members. After creating the contracts committee list, and then the appointment of those committees members came in as the results of these people coming from GPPA. When they came, after the audit, they said members should be appointed. They should be officially appointed. We should write letters and give it to each of the member. That was the time the CEO wrote. It was end of 2021. The CEO wrote to all the members of the contracts committee.
So in effect, prior to that, purchases were done through meetings or through informal meetings and say, okay, this is the guy I'm giving the contract to. Please go ahead and confirm. Because it seems as if no formal contracts were done, no formal procurement processes were followed, no formal contracts were signed. So it was just like calling somebody and say, look, come supply this item, and the guy supplies, and that's it.
Yeah, but then they discuss it at the council level. It's just around 2022 that I started attending council meeting.
It
Yes,
was
sir.
just around that time you started attending council meeting.
Yes.
So normally they just bring in messages and say, this is what we are buying, and you just
Yeah.
sanction it and go and buy, even though you are the procurement officer?
Yes.
Didn't you know there is a process before purchases are made?
I know there is a process, and then I always talked about the process, but then it was like they were not following the process.
You first did your first procurement level 1. And during your level 1 training, you must have been told how to procure goods and services.
Yes, after that, I was also attached to BAC for about 3 months. Then I went back to council, but then I was not given that responsibility as the...
So you were trained, but you were not given the responsibilities
Yes,
to
sir.
follow the procurement
Yes.
processes that you have been trained to follow.
Sometimes it is always, it is very often that I do procurement. I do even buying. It is them who do the buying, and then they will come with receipts and they want me to attach. I will say no.
I'm just worried that your office is there. They should have used you, and they never used you. How did you feel?
So I was not even allocated an office.
Sorry?
I was not having a separate office.
No, I don't mean you have a separate office. Your function as a procurement officer, you were sidelined. Best part of all these transactions. They will just come and say, we have awarded Mr. Samba this contract to supply us with this item.
Looking at 2018 to 2021, some of the contracts I'm just hearing about them. I don't even know whether they exist.
So you were just told we've given this contract to X, and that's it?
I was not even the one who given them the contracts.
You were?
I said I was not even the one who giving them the contracts.
No, I'm not saying you gave them the contract, but you are informed that this contract has been given.
During 2021, but then the order is no.
Because I'm looking at the purchases of money for laptops.
Yes, that was 2021.
Yeah. So how did that go? How did that transition itself until
These laptops were purchased from Sahara Stationery, and then it came as a result of Accountant General giving us a specification to look for 2 laptops for the CEO and the Finance Director for if misuse.
So, as I said, your office was there as the procurement officer, but you never participated fully in the process of procuring goods and services for the area council.
That is what I am saying, sir. I said I started participating in procurement in 2021.
Okay, thank you. Let's not be laboring ourselves on the process and procedures. Thank you.
Let me just ask. You have said in the second page of your statement that when Mr. Sise came, he set up the Establishment and Contracts Committee and he furnished your office. What was it that was provided for you as the facilities you mentioned in your statement?
When he came,
Sorry?
I said when he came,
Yes.
I was given a computer, a printer, and then a backup.
So those were the facilities that
Yes, and then I was given an office. I was not having an office.
Okay, so you said UNDP came in and supplied you with
6 computers rather.
6 computers. Who were allocated those 6 computers to?
I was among them.
What you already have a computer, which was provided for by the CEO.
That is what I am talking about. That is the one I am talking about.
That's the one you are talking about.
Yes. You know, when
Are
participating,
you sure your statement reflects that?
that is what I am talking about. You know, when Mr. Sise came, he found us at the governor's office. We were there at the governor's office, and then our office was under construction. So when he came, the office was ready, but we didn't move because there were no chairs and tables there. At the governor's office, we were allocated 3 offices. That is the office of the CEO, the finance director, and then the chairman.
Okay. So the laptops that were supposed to be used for the IFVIS system, was it one of them that was taken to Nigeria for repairs?
Yes, ma'am.
And how much was paid for that?
18,000.
Is there any voucher to prove that or document?
Yes, the voucher was on the vouchers.
Okay. Please note and provide us with the evidence of
So we have
the
the
repairs of the years.
Chair, we have
Yes.
the voucher, so maybe you can just tender that before the
Okay.
close of the session.
Yeah.
Okay. Madam Kandeh, I'm going to show you the payment voucher from Janjangbureh Area Council for the laptop. Can you just confirm that that is it?
Yes, that was it.
Did you say that was the voucher for the repair?
Yes.
Okay. Chairperson, I apply to tender the payment voucher and its supporting documents for the repairs of the laptop.
A Janjangbureh Area Council payment voucher with the supporting documents is hereby dated the 8th of May 2022, is hereby admitted in evidence and marked as LGC/MK/JAC/003.
Council Commission.
But before, Council, before I give you this, I'm not too sure whether it is the date. Can you please confirm with her that the date? I'm not too sure whether this is 2 or 6.
Registrar, can you show the witness the document,
Yes.
please?
So that I can get it right.
This transaction took place in August.
No, I just wanted to confirm because the date is not written on top, it's written below, and I am not too sure whether that is 2 or 6. So I wouldn't know whether it's February or it's
Okay, this
June.
date was written by the CEO after him signing,
yes.
but then the transaction I know was in August. I think he wanted to write 8. On the 8th of August.
Huh?
It was on the 8th of August.
8th of August.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Let me take it again. The voucher addressed to Sahara Stationery from the Maritou Area Council dated 8th of August 2022 with the supporting documents is hereby admitted in evidence and marked as LGC/MK/JAC/003.
Council Commission, please. I'll be guided, but I believe this is a convenient point to stop.
Yes.
I'm grateful.
We may rise.